Hey, what's up guys, my name's Fonz and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Thank you so much for the recent support on the last video. You guys are amazing. Thank you. So I want to keep the videos rolling. Let's keep talking about 2.0, but this time we're going to be talking about all the characters that were announced in the 2.0 reveal stream. But let's not waste any time. Let's start off talking about one of the new characters that was announced. Well, new characters, new type of character that we get to use, the Electro Traveler. Now we get to see his skill in the reveal stream and his skill looks pretty cool. I don't know how much damage it's going to do. Maybe like with the constellations that you get, it gets like an AoE. Not really sure, but the skill looks really good and that counts for something. Now the one thing we didn't see was the Electro Traveler's ultimate, and I can kind of assume what it might be based on one of the clips and one of like the cutscenes where you see his sword infused with electro energy. Maybe we have some sort of like electro infusion and like maybe his sword is always electro something. What if they go like full anime and he can like teleport with his sword or like dash really fast and hit stuff? And what if it's all about like agility? Bro, that'd be sick. I literally just thought of that. That'd be so sick. By the way, I have looked up like 0 spoilers, and if you've looked up spoilers, that's cool. Do your thing. Just do me a big favor and try not to post any spoilers in the comments. I'd like to keep this like strictly like theory crafting and thinking about what could be cool. Not so much like, hey, this is what's coming. This is supposed to be a fun video, letting our minds wander. Next, let's talk about Ayaka. Ayaka is a cryovision user wielding a short sword, and she looks beautiful. Now we got to see her skill and her ultimate, and I'm not even gonna bother trying to remember all the names of everything, so I'm just gonna call them their skill and their ultimate. Ayaka has that pretty interesting like sprint mechanic like Mona, where she's like underground, she can pop out of from underground. I'm assuming she applies cryo when she does that. Her attacks from what we saw look pretty cool. Her charged attack, I think it's her charged attack. Her charged attack looks sick. How she's like, hey, she has like the weapon like sheathed, and then she like, and then it's like that's dope. I just spit all over my monitor. Gross. But her skill looks like interesting. Does it? Her skill reminds me of Venti's skill. But the nice thing about Venti's skill is you can do it from afar. You don't have to be like right on top of people. Hers are like, it's like if you're getting swarmed by a bunch of enemies, you're like, get off me. And they're all like, ah. Next, her ultimate also reminds me, is she just a cryo Venti? Her ultimate also reminds me of Venti's ultimate. Seems like a grouping soup. I was gonna say grouping super and I stopped myself because I remembered it's not a super, it's an ultimate. Anyway, so her grouping soup is pretty interesting because it's gonna infuse everything with cryo, but it moves. It's not something that's like sitting in one place like Venti's. It actually like groups a bunch of enemies and then pushes them all off. I wonder if you can push a lot of stuff off the edge, but you can't really do that in anything. Not anything that's useful, I guess. But yeah, in general, that seems pretty cool. I think Ayaka is going to be pretty fun. And the nice thing about her is that if you really think about it, she's like a cryo Venti. So her and Yoimiya, the next character we're going to talk about, seem pretty good together. Let's just jump into Yoimiya, a pyrovision user wielding a bow. Bye, Amber. Bye. Yoimiya's attacks, design, everything. I'm in love with this character. I think she's beautiful and I'm super excited to see what she has in store. But let's just talk about her attacks. First off, we see her charge shot, which seems like it actually like activates little like fireworks around her charge shot. Seems like up to 3 fireworks maybe, or 3 fireworks arrows or something. I don't know. And they also seem to have a little bit of like a delay on them. So I'm wondering if that's going to be similar to Ganyu. Oh God, is she going to be Pyro Ganyu? Anyway, I'm wondering if she's going to be similar to Ganyu in a way where her charge shot is like where most of her damage comes from, if you build her that way. Now her elemental skill looks really cool because you actually activate it and there's like these little like fire like things flying around her, little like fire dragons. I don't know why I keep doing this. It's kind of like Beto's ult, but there's 3 of them. And it looked like when she was using her normal attacks that it was actually firing a bunch of those little things at the target. So she seems like she might be prone to normal attacking, which could be cool. My only concern with that is kind of how like Fischl can be built as a normal attacker, but she's mostly physical. She's really good at single target damage, but it's all physical. Yoimiya might actually be good for like speccing into pyro damage, maybe for single target, maybe for AoE, maybe it can hit a crowd. We don't really know. And then finally her ultimate, where she jumps up into the air, shoots this massive fireworks arrow, puts this big thing on the enemy, and then she just keeps shooting them, and then like just fireworks is going everywhere, just explosions. Seems pretty dope. I'm assuming that just increases your damage even more. It might do damage by itself just over time. Maybe it's like a Eula thing. However much damage you do while you're using that, there's like a big explosion at the end or something. I don't know, but if you can't tell, I'm super excited about Yoimiya. Next, let's talk about Sayu. I'm super excited about Sayu. I think she's actually my spirit animal, but she is a cute little lolly Animo Vision user wielding a claymore. Just amazing. I'm so excited. Fun fact about her, her English VA is actually Lily Key, Lily Pichu. That's super dope. Shout out to the comment who told me that, and I saw it in the trailer after you mentioned it. Appreciate you. Now Sayu seems really cool. I'm a little bummed out that she's not Dendro. I got absolutely baited by the leaf on her head, but she is Animo, and that's always good to have more Animo characters around for swirl and things like that. And if one of your main characters is Animo that you use a lot, that plus 15% movement speed is nothing to laugh at. Her elemental skill is like exactly what I would expect from Sayu. It's like a rolling like dash attack, I guess. She rolls at the enemy. When she actually hits the enemy, she comes out and does a big swiping damage and then lands, and then you can start normal attacking. I'm wondering how far this will actually go. Like, I'm wondering if you can just activate her elemental skill and then just roll around the map. Because I'll be honest, I will do that. Now, speaking of her normal attacks actually look pretty cool. She has like pretty good swiping animations. Doesn't seem like it's too slow. And then her last ability is like some like straight Naruto shit, where she like teleports and her last hit is like a massive slam. Bro, I'm here for it. Now her elemental burst, she does a little backflip. There's like a little healing field going on, and then she like puts out this little ball. There's a name for it. People have been saying it. I don't know what it's called, but it's this adorable giant bear looking ball that I'm assuming is a taunt, but it also seems to like attack enemies. Now I'm gonna pause it here real quick, and you can see that when this thing attacks an enemy, it actually creates like a little like thing of itself. I don't know if that's the animation of just the enemy dying, or it's the animation of it about to like explode or something. I don't know what this ultimate does, but if that's just a taunt that brings things in and then kills them in one hit and then they explode and swirl more things, Sayu could be like super good. And she's always trying to sleep constantly, so she's literally my spirit animal. Now we're getting into some characters that we don't know too much about. If I have any footage of them, I'll put them up there, but most of what we saw is just screenshots of them. Except for one, and we'll get to that. Let's start off with Tohma. Now, Tohma just looks like Inazuma's child, if we're being honest. He's got like this little headband thing with like these little like samurai horns. Looks pretty cool. The picture that we see of him is on a dock, so I'm assuming he's like a boatman or something. I don't know. But we're not here to talk about his lore. Let's talk about his potential weapon and vision of choice. Now we can't see it because it's like on his side over there, but there's two things we can go off of: the vest that he's wearing, which is red, so I'm assuming pyro, or his eye color, which is kind of like a green, looks a little bit darker than Animo, could be Dendro, just saying. But if I'm honest, I'm probably leaning more towards a pyro character for this guy.
Enhance. Enhance.
The thing is, what will his weapon type be? Could he be a pyro claymore user? No, we have Diluc. Why would we need that? What do we not have? Yoimiya is going to be pyro bow. We don't have a 5-star polearm user that's pyro, so maybe that's his thing. Maybe he's a polearm user. I don't know. I don't suspect him being a catalyst user. He's got earrings, so I'm assuming he's edgy. And yeah, I'm gonna assume short sword or polearm. Next up, we have Kyujo Sara. We're just gonna call her Sara because I'm not gonna keep butchering her first name. Or is that her surname? I don't know how that works. I don't mean to offend. Anyway, we know that she is a electro vision user wielding a bow. We saw a little bit of footage of her in the trailer, and she looks incredible. The whole vibe that she's got going on, like she looks like she just like stares straight through me. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of into that. No, but seriously, I'm really interested to see what she'll do, because we already have an electro bow user in the form of Fischl, but most of Fischl's kit revolves around Oz, not around her attacking with her electro bow. So they have a pretty good opportunity to make a super dope electro bow user, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. Next is probably the character that I'm like the most hyped for, bro. This goddess, and you will refer to her as such. Her name is Kokomi. She's a hydro vision user, and we don't know what type of weapon she's going to use. If I'm honest, I'd love to see her use a sword, but if I had to guess, I would probably say that she's a catalyst user, which kind of bums me out, but wait, maybe not. What if she's a bow user? I don't know, man. The only reason why I don't think she's a catalyst user now is because we have a 5-star Hydro Catalyst user, Mona. Why would they give us another one? I don't know. Her art is incredible. I love the way she looks. If I'm honest, she looks like a mermaid or something, and like she just looks gorgeous. She looks like a space mermaid goddess, and I'm here for it, bro. Please, my queen, notice me. Now, next up, we have Gorou, I think is how you say his name, the cat ear dude. Now we actually see him in the trailer wielding a bow, so we can assume that he is a bow user, but based on the color of his eyes and everything that he's got going on, I'm assuming Animo. Okay, I'm recording this part after I recorded the rest of the video, but we actually do get to see his vision in this clip. He is going to be a Geo vision user wielding a bow. Bro, that could be super interesting. And no cap, he looks pretty dope. Normally I'm not into like the furry like ear stuff, but I like him. They did a good job. Now, next up is Yoimiya. Now, I don't know what she's all about, but she was like spitting knowledge in the trailer. She definitely gives me like Honkai vibes, but this character in general looks amazing. We can kind of assume that she's an Electro Vision user based on some of the trinkets that are hanging off of her. And if I'm honest, if I didn't know about Sara, I would say that she's a bow user. But since we have Sara, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that she must be like an Electro Polearm user. Who knows? Ooh, we don't have an Electro Polearm user. That could be sick. Bro, I'm so down for that. Yeah, all in all, I really like her pink hair. I like everything about her. She looks really good. She might be dressed a little too formal for me, but maybe they'll come out with another outfit for her down the road. And then finally, we have the Raiden Shogun, the Electro Archon herself, whose name I believe is pronounced Baal. Same way like 7 Deadly Sins has Bon, she's Baal. Hey, if you pull C1, that means you got balls. Oh god. Anyway, she is like the talk of the town right now. We saw her pull that short sword out of her breastises, so we can assume that she is obviously going to be an Electro Vision user. She's the Electro Archon, and she's most likely going to be wielding a short sword. That's pretty cool. I feel like her and Kaching might butt heads, but that's pretty cool. Who knows? That could just be a bait. She might be a Claymore user. I don't really know. Bro, I just thought about it. We don't have a Hydro Claymore user. What if Kokomi is a Claymore user? That'd be amazing. Oh, I love her. But anyway, that's all the new characters that were announced in the Genshin 2.0 live stream. Let me know which character you are most excited for down in the comments section. I'll be honest, I think for me, it's a tie between Yoimiya and Kokomi. I love them both equally, but I think Kokomi might take the cake for me. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Like the video if you did enjoy your time here. Subscribe if you guys are new around here. And before we go, a huge shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you guys so much for helping make these videos possible. I love you. Thank you all for watching. Genshin 2.0, we're getting closer every day, and I'm hyped. I love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.